everybody, so today's video series we're going to be talking about our hip flexors. So we've already talked about that tightness versus weakness and what is it. And so today what I'm going to do is show you a test that you can do to try and find out whether it's a weakness and if it is, what exercises you can do to help strengthen it, and then also some stretching and mobility exercises for your hips as well. I'm sure there are lots of you out there that constantly have this kind of tightness feeling in your hip, and so it's again thought that we should stretch that out. But again, the same activities that cause our hip flexors to become tight, for example sitting, are also the ones that lead our hip flexors to be weak. And so that tightness that you're feeling may actually be the weakness in the hip flexors. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is look at how to test whether that is a weakness or a tightness. So what you're going to do is stand onto one leg. You're going to bring the other knee up towards the chest and you're going to squeeze it in using your hands. You're going to let go with your hands and see if you can maintain that leg there. If you're able to hold that leg in position, then it shows that your hip flexors are nice and strong. But if you release and your leg drops, that shows that there's a weakness in those hip flexors. And what I'm going to do now is take you through a series of exercises to help strengthen those hip flexors. So first of all, we're going to start with our basic strengthening exercise. For all this, all you're going to need is just your mat. You're going to lie down onto your back and we're going to get our pelvis into the right position. So we're just going to roll forwards and backwards and find our neutral. And once we've found neutral, so the middle position, we're just going to slowly lift our legs up into tabletop. From here, then all we're going to do is just lower one leg down towards the ground and then alternate. Remember to try and keep your breathing, and you're going to do about 10 on each side and then relax. So to make this exercise harder, what we can do is use our resistance loop. We're going to place the loop just around our feet, okay, and again lie down onto our back. We'll find that neutral and bring both of our legs up. From here, what we're going to do is lower one foot away. And what we're doing is we're resisting. So we're creating an isometric contraction on the other side to hold it nice and still and come back up. And back up. Lower down and back up. And again, you probably want to start with just about 5 reps on each side until you get the hang of it and try and build up. You really want to try and maintain your back in a nice neutral position. So again, as you lower, try not to let that back arch off the floor. Keep those tummy muscles nice and strong. So maybe you find that exercise on the floor too easy. What I'm going to show you now is how we can make that exercise a little bit harder. We're going to use our resistance band again, and we're going to pop it just down around the balls of our feet. Okay, so you're just going to loop it around like that. You're going to stand up nice and tall and straight and tuck in your tummy muscles. And then from here, you're going to just lift the knee up towards your chest and back down. Up towards your chest and back down. Don't worry if you can't go the same range as without the band. Alright, you're just really working on pulling that as high as you can. Again, the difference in resistance will make it more hard or easier. Okay, again I'm having a little wobble here. And you want to do about 10 of these and repeat 3 times, keeping those tummy muscles nice and tight, and you'll be working the lower core as well. So next we're going to move on to our stretching then. So we really want to try and target the hip flexor. And again, this is sometimes why our stretches aren't very effective, is because we're maybe not isolating or targeting the right muscles. So to work on this stretch, what you're going to need is a cushion, and that's for your knee, and then a footrest of some description, so a bench or a chair to put your foot up onto. So what you're going to do is you're going to come onto the cushion with your knee and pop your foot up behind you. You're going to bring your other leg forward and hands on to the floor. From here, what you're going to do is try and think about pushing your hips forward and really engaging through the buttock then on that right hand side. And then you're going to slowly try and sit up. And you should feel that stretching through the front of the thigh. Now normally when people do this, they feel the stretch much lower down, and it's because the pelvis isn't in the right position and they're not targeting the right muscles. With the stretch, you want to hold for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then you're going to just relax, take the stretch off, and again push forward and lift up and put the stretch on. Now what you can also do is give it a further stretch by raising one arm up in the air and really just leaning forward into that stretch. And you want to repeat this 2 to 3 times on each side. I hope you found this week's video series useful and learned some helpful hints and tips on whether it's tightness or weakness and things that you can do to try and help manage. Don't forget to tune into our YouTube channel and subscribe, and you'll get regular updates from us on lots of different exercises and things to try out. Thanks again. Bye.